So for my second food presentation, I decided to do the stuffed jalapenos. And obviously the main ingredient of stuffed jalapenos is jalapenos. So jalapenos, the pepper is native to Mexico, and is about 5,000 on the Scoville heat units. They can range anywhere from 2,800 to 8,000, but on average they're about 5,000, which isn't too hot on the scale. The name jalapeno comes from the Spanish word for Jalapa, which is the capital of Veracruz, Mexico. An issue related to jalapenos today or recently was that there was some jalapenos recalled, some batches, because they had traces of salmonella, and salmonella obviously is not good. It can cause you to get really sick and vomit and all that different kind of stuff, so that's not very good. The nutrition of a jalapeno, it has about 4 calories, 0 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbs, 0.1 grams of protein, 0.4 grams of fiber. That's just per pepper. They also contain a lot of potassium and vitamin C, and A. And then also there was a study done over a 19-year span that showed that the people that eat jalapenos regularly throughout the week live longer than people who don't. So that's just an interesting fact. There are also downsides to jalapenos. As I mentioned before, they can contain salmonella if they're not washed properly after you buy them from the store. So whenever you buy them from the store, just make sure that you rinse them off and wash them properly so that you don't get sick from eating them. From eating the actual pepper itself, you can get it can make your heartburn worse if you already had heartburn, and it can also make irritable bowel syndrome worse, because of like the spiciness. It can just mess with your intestines and stuff and it can cause different things like diarrhea and stuff like that. To check the quality of a jalapeno, just like most vegetables, if they're firm and crisp when you eat them, it's pretty, or even if you just break them with your hands, it's pretty easy to tell if they're fresh or not. And then also to make sure that they have no dark or rotten spots on them. And the way my dish specifically was prepared, it caused the pepper to be a little more soft, because it's cooked and then like heated and steamed, so the outside was pretty, it got like a little mushy, and because of the other ingredients on it, but in the middle it's still crisp, so that's how I knew that mine were fresh. The best time to plant jalapenos in the U.S. specifically is around 6 weeks before the first frost, which is around January to March. It could be in any point in that time frame, but they grow best when they get as much sun as possible. So if you're planning on planting them, then you want to plant it somewhere where they're not going to get a lot of shade, where they're going to be like in the direct sunlight for pretty much about 8 hours a day. And then from seed to harvesting time, it takes about 80 days to grow a full pepper. So my meal was prepared for me by a restaurant that's close to me called Corner 16. They prepared the jalapenos they cut them open in half, and then put pimento cheese in the middle, and then topped it with breadcrumbs and bacon, and then cooked them. And then also came with a side of garlic peppercorn dressing, which I wasn't even expecting, so similar to that picture right there. So for me personally, I don't usually eat a lot of spicy stuff. So I was a bit skeptical at first, but it actually turned out super good. As I said before, they're not too hot of peppers, and with the cheese and all the other stuff that's on them and the way that they're cooked, I think it also takes away from the spiciness and really just makes the flavor of the pepper a lot better. I personally like this food a lot, and I will be getting it again, and I would recommend that other people who haven't tried it, try it as well. And there's the picture with you can see the cheese and then the bacon and bread on top, and then the dressing there at the bottom. So from a cultural perspective, it was a unique experience because, like I said, I don't eat a lot of spicy foods, but it was definitely worth a try, and it makes me think that maybe I should try more spicy stuff because, other people eat it every day and it makes, like, the spicy, it can be a little too much sometimes, but the flavor ultimately is worth it. So, and there's my sources. Thank you.